Welcome to the Friends of Friends podcast. Here are your hosts, Henry Hargitay and Jason Cole.
Yes, sir. We're still doing it. Friends of Friends podcast. I'm Henry Hargitay. That is Jason Cole. We got another great guest joining us today in Joe Toussaint, new transfer over at West Virginia, fresh off a Big Ten title at Iowa. Real quick, before we get into any of that stuff, quick reminder, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast at, that's where you can get us. Go make it happen through just 2 episodes. The support has been awesome. I don't think of this in terms of followers. I think of it in terms of supporters. And, you know, we see everything, the texts, the phone calls from people I haven't talked to in years telling us they love what we're doing. We see all that stuff. So keep it up. Keep telling your friends. Be a friend of a friend. And we're going to make a lot of good stuff happen.
Be a friend of a friend.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it now because he's standing by, and I know he's very busy. Joe Toussaint, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Dude, we're all good. It's interesting times for you right now, and I'll just get right into it. Last time I spoke with you, we had a very candid conversation on the phone, I thought, where I said, you know, congrats on a good season. And you had an interesting response to that, you know, saying, you know, are you asking me, or are you telling me that, or are you telling me that about the team? And I thought that was very interesting, especially given where you are now. Have you had any time to kind of reflect on the past couple of years at Iowa, all the ups and downs and everything you've learned from it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like my freshman year, and when I was a senior in high school, I felt like Iowa was the right school for me. You know, I don't regret coming here. It's a great program. I mean, I appreciate the coaching staff. I don't hate the coaching staff at all. You know, but as the years went by, you know, things just started changing. You know, people got older, you know, and, you know, new things started happening. So that's when, you know, adversity hit. And, you know, it just wasn't a right spot for me anymore. Yeah, I mean, then I just had to make a decision, you know, over myself and my family. You know, I looked at myself in the mirror, told myself, you know, I know what I'm capable of. You know, it was time for me to go.
Right. I love that.
Yeah. But, you know, we're going to talk a lot about what's upcoming because there's a lot of good stuff about to go down at West Virginia. But, you know, a couple questions looking back. Talk about what that Big Ten title meant to you, because one of the things that caught my eye, someone who's been watching you for a couple of years now, your first Instagram post after you guys won the title, shouting out Diddy. For our followers and listeners who don't know about that situation, why don't you talk a little bit about that, because I know it's something that means a lot to you and has been humbling to watch you represent over the past couple years.
Yeah, I mean, well, Diddy, that was my little brother. I mean, he was a basketball player. Yeah, he was a basketball player. I mean, he got shot. You know, I think he was just like walking home from a party or something. You know, he had no gang violence. You know, he wasn't part of a gang or anything. And you know, it just a bullet just caught him in his neck. You know, and RIP to him, but he's not. You know, he's not here right now. So you know, every time I get on the court, I give my glory to God. You know, and I just I say RIP. You know him, because I'm gonna do it for my little brother.
Brandon Hendricks, right?
Story behind that.
His name is Brandon Hendricks, right?
Yeah, his name is Brandon Hendricks.
Rest in peace.
The reason I bring it up is just because it's not just you. I see so many people tweeting about it, posting on Instagram about it, and to see you with that emotion after the Big Ten title, I thought was really humbling. You know, what were some of your favorite memories from this season? Because I know there's a million reasons people transfer, but talk about the good things about Iowa, because I know there was a lot, and you learned a lot about yourself.
A lot.
Yeah,
100%. The NCAA every single year he's been at Iowa.
Yeah. I mean, first off, I want to say it's a good program. I mean, I didn't transfer because it's a bad program, so I want to put that out there. It's not a bad program at all. It's a really good program. I mean, the coaching staffs are good. You know, Fran is a hell of a head coach. And I really want to say my team is the reason, I had fun at Iowa. Just the bonding. I mean, how close everybody was. There was no ego for all my teams there. My freshman year to my junior year, there was no egos. Nobody thought they was bigger than the team. Everybody was playing their role, and so I really appreciate, all the moments I have with my team, whether it was on the court, off the court, at a party, bowling, watching a movie, something, just doing things with my team. I thought, the relationships I created here, they're gonna last me, till afterlife.
I love that.
Yeah, well said. And one
I
of the
mean,
things.
listen, look
go
at
ahead.
Joe. He's smiling, Henry. You don't got to be sorry. Look, he's happy.
Yeah.
I like that for a change.
Yeah, I do too. Who wouldn't? I mean, one of the things, speaking of the change, and Jason talked to me about this. I'm sure he's been in your ear about it too, Joe, but the fit at West Virginia seems perfect. Talk about what you see there and why you think that's a great place for you.
Well, so out of high school, to be honest with you, I thought I was always a Bob Huggins kid, to be honest, out of high school. I always wanted that offer. Watched him since I was, since I got in high school. So I started taking basketball serious. I started watching him. I watched like Hugs, Coach Javon Carter, Miles McBride. Chuck Bryan was also on that team, and I watched a couple film on them.
New York.
Yeah, that Final Four team. So I just thought that was a great fit for me. You always got a point guard that's tough, undersized, and that could do everything. You could shoot, you could dribble, facilitate, score the ball. Just a variety of things. And he's just looking for somebody who's tough that can run a team. And I just I saw the opening, and I couldn't let that opportunity pass by. I was talking to my mom. My mom said, blessings and opportunities, they don't come all the time, you know what I mean? So, I just can't let that offer go to waste.
Mom always knows. That's well said. Jay, same question to you. Why is this a great fit for him? Because I know you've got some thoughts on that.
I mean, I thought West Virginia was the best fit out of the schools that he had to select from. We had about 4 or 5 schools that we were looking at that we narrowed it down to. And, obviously Joe is going to make the final decision. I hate to be the guy that tells somebody what to do with their life. I'm never that guy. I'm always only supporting. Joe could speak for that. Any kid could speak for that. Never going to tell them what I think they should do with their life. Out of the 5 schools, though, I told Joe I like West Virginia the best. Did I not say that, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? I'm going with the coach first and foremost, Bob Huggins, obviously, for many reasons, right? First being that he's a defense guy first. Let's talk about that. 94 feet pickup. Is that not Joe's game? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Right? That's been his game since he was a freshman starting varsity at Cardinal Hayes HS, right? For those who don't know. A 4-year varsity player. Then went to the Big Ten and played in the NCAA tournament every single year. I mean, some guys never even see the NCAA tournament. They don't know what that smells like. So he did it 3 times. So how many times has Bob Huggins done it? Yeah, that's a good question. Somebody come up with that answer, actually. Because he's been there countless times. So what do you think those two are going to do together?
And he's been to a Final Four.
Oh, okay. Now, with Joe running the show and being able to play, right, I believe he can take them to the tournament. Were they in the tournament this past year?
No.
Okay, so this is a big, big goal right here.
Yep.
Bounce back year. Let's see if Bob Huggins makes it to the NCAA tournament. Joe's going over there. I guarantee you, because I talk to a lot of people, and Joe has a lot of doubters. Oh, Joe has a lot of doubters. I will not call people out, but people know who talk shit about Joe. He can't do this. He can't do that. Come on, Jay. Be real with yourself. Joe just doesn't. Okay. I love hearing that. We get to the lab and we get right.
Yeah.
Joe, why was it? I want to ask you, why do you think you can take them to the NCAA tournament, given they just didn't make it previous years?
Well, first, I want to start with my work ethic. I mean, I'm always in the gym every single day. I don't miss no days. My mom told me to rest, and I don't believe in rest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I rest enough when I'm sleeping at night. That's all the rest I really need, to be honest. So, I'm always in the gym and I'm always working. My confidence at an all-time high. And Bob gave me the keys. I talked to him. We had a great conversation, and I feel like I'm just a representation of him on the court. So I mean, just play my game. You know what I mean?
Is this gonna be the first time you feel like you are free on the court and able to just play without looking over your shoulder, if I can say that?
I want to say kinda. I mean, my freshman year,
Okay.
I played myself into that role. I mean, at first I had to look over my shoulder a little bit, but then when I was the only PG, I got to play through my mistakes at times, and it felt good, because I would play really well, when I played through my mistakes and stuff. But yeah, this year is the first year, I'm gonna be let loose. So I feel.
How crazy is that? You're about to be a senior now, and this is it, right? So we leaving everything on the floor, everything.
I mean, everything happens for a reason, I mean, it's just all a part of the story, to be honest with you. So.
Joe, what is the perfect year at West Virginia look like for you?
Perfect year. To be honest, I want to win. To be honest, when you win, that solves everything. You know what I mean? Obviously, I gotta put some points up, put some assists up, but winning solves everything. To be honest, so if I'm on a winning team, I feel like everything else will take care of itself. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
good answer.
You want to win, right, Joe? Let me ask you this. I was noticing that West Virginia got more than just you in the transfer portal, right? So how many different guys are coming to the team this year?
I wouldn't say, I believe 5 or 6.
Okay, so with that being said, and you being at the head of it, how can you establish that type of chemistry so early to, make it to March?
Well, I mean, we've been texting already. We already have a group chat set up for this year's team. I mean, I've been talking to Eric ever since I got in the portal. Eric is he's a shooting guard that just transferred in. Me and Eric, he came from South Carolina.
Eric who?
Eric Stevenson. He was at Wichita State first.
Okay.
We went to South Carolina, but he's another good player. He can put it on the floor. He's athletic. I mean, he shoots the lights out. So I've been talking to him. I've been talking to Jimmy Bell, 6'10" big man from JUCO. I've been talking to him. I've been talking to Mo Wagoo. He's from New York. He's from Harlem.
Mo who?
Wagoo. He went to a prep school though after his freshman year, and went to a prep school, then went to JUCO.
Okay.
So he's coming in with us as well. Who else? Emmett Williams is coming back. I don't really know Emmett like that, but he was at West Virginia for 3 years, so he know what Bob wants.
So you're gonna need to get with him because that's
But I've been talking to him.
Named, right?
Yeah, I've been talking to him ever since since he committed here. So yeah, so I mean we got that group chat set up, and then I've been talking to the guys there like Kedrian been there, so I talked to him a little bit. Talked to the freshmen.
That shows leadership. Leadership.
No, I'm ready to get on the road. Ready to get the show on the road.
Joe, you mentioned that Huggins kind of gave you the keys. What was that conversation like, and how did he have that much trust in you right away? Like, what does he see in you? In a good way, of course.
I mean, I feel like me and Hugs clicked right away. I mean, we were, to be honest, we're the same person. Between the lines, we serious, and we yell when we got to yell. But off the court, I'm not going to lie, he's the most soft-spoken person ever. I mean, he's just like me, off the court, I'm just so calm. And I feel like right there we clicked, and then we just having a conversation, you know what I mean? And, he's just saying, like, we need a PG like you. To be honest, that's what it was. We need a point guard like you to run this team. And I feel like you could do it. I mean, first off, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's not just going to blow smoke on my ass. You know what I mean? He's not just going to say a bunch of BS to.
And he don't have to do that.
Yeah, and he don't have to do that.
He don't have to do it. How many career wins does he have? Over 900, right?
Yeah. And
he has to have over 900.
He could get any PG he wants. He could get any point guard in the country that he wants, to be honest. And for him to, bring me in the weekend where the first EYBL session, the Adidas session, Under Armour, and all the coaches were there too. It's not like no coaches there. All the coaches were there. They didn't even go to the session. Everybody was there just for me, and I was on a visit by myself. So, that's how I know how serious he is about, me being PG and wanting me to lead this team.
I can't wait for the doubters. Joe, show him your teeth.
For real, man.
It's on. Let's go.
I can't wait. Joe,
when you come back to New York, Joe?
May 11th. So that's next week, Wednesday.
Okay.
Joe, do you remember your first career dunk?
Yeah, that was in high school.
I got it on tape.
Jason claims he remembers it.
That was it.
Juju was right there, and we celebrated after. We couldn't believe Joe dunked it, and it was off the alley. He was so confident, like, all right, y'all. missing. He's like, all right, get the camera out. He throws it up. He catches that shit with his right hand, bangs it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The most hype too. We running around the gym celebrating. That shit was funny. Well, when was that? 20, maybe 16 or 17.
No, that was my 16. I think it was my freshman year.
Freshman year.
Yeah, that was my freshman year.
Woo.
Joe,
Funny.
last question before we get out of here, because I know you're busy. I asked a question before. What does the perfect year at West Virginia look like this year? What about the year after that? What's the perfect year following West Virginia?
Well, obviously, I'm embracing the process. Everything is by God's grace. You know what I mean? After the season, I'm gonna put everything in God's hand. To be honest, I mean, obviously, I want to make it to pros. And if I have the year that I know I'm capable of having, definitely gonna have my name in the draft next year. Definitely gonna go work out for teams and see where that leads me. And if I could come back to school, and, they give me feedback, and I come back to school, and I can just get better, then I'll do that. But if I have a really good year, and they think they could take me next year, then by God's grace, hopefully I could, take that next step in my career.
Yeah. Last thing, I lied. I want to ask one more. Yeah. This is gonna be a two-part question. It's the same question to both of you. Jason, tell the West Virginia fans what they're getting from Joe if they don't already know, and then Joe, tell them the same thing.
Me go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, West Virginia fans, I hope y'all ready, because if y'all loved Javon Carter, you're going to really love Joe Toussaint, okay? So, he's bringing 94 feet, just what Bob wants, right, on the other side of the ball, which many don't do, right? And then he's going to show you how to run a team, right, how to win. He's going to get everybody in the game involved as well as himself. See how CP3 dominates the NBA, right? Okay.
For real. I mean, for me, I'm just a tough kid, to be honest. I don't fold. I mean, I could go into any environment. And I'm not going to fold, to be honest. I'm looking forward to playing Kansas at Kansas, Texas Tech at Texas Tech, Texas, and the list goes on. I mean, there's no
Big 12 on the road. Joe, you ready?
Oh my God, Joe, you got statement game after statement game.
For real, man.
There for the taking.
Yeah, there's no nights off. You're playing against pros every night, and that's another reason why I picked the school. I mean, you play against pros every night, so that's
what is that preparing you for?
Time. Yeah, that's big time. So
okay,
you could go to Kansas, have a great game, and change your life.
Literally.
Or
It
Kansas
only
could come to
takes
you
one.
and you have a great game and change your
Literally,
life.
it takes one game.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that. I'm ready to show what I'm capable of doing. I mean, obviously my numbers don't say what I'm really capable of, but I mean, I feel like this year a lot of people are gonna see that all that stuff was just preparing me.
Joe, will we see you in the gym this summer at Cold World Training?
Oh yeah, 100%. You're gonna see me on Thursday.
Look, West Virginia, get ready.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out the Friends of Friends podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend.